I got him over here changing
All
on my
right,
settings.
okay, we're
I'm
back,
over
we're back,
here
we're back.
changing on my brother.
We're just gonna flow with it. Yo, I was like, Jason, why is there some echo in the back?
I'm like, I'm not playing any music. What are you talking about?
All right, okay, let's just go back. I apologize. You know, grown men need to apologize, and I
Holy
apologize.
moly!
I was like, what?
Holy smokes! Holy smokes!
How did you get so much music in like your webpage?
So, hold on. I need to use.
First off,
give me back. Give me 10 seconds. This is so good. I'm screen recording this too. I'm gonna send all this over. Hold on. Give me literally 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
We'll start it over real quick.
All right, take 3. Welcome to the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. My name is Samnang, man. I am the host here of the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. I'm a lifestyle and performance coach, hybrid athlete, and philosopher. But I got the wonderful Jason Skitz Kittell here, one of the coolest dudes on the internet here. Why did I bring him here? Because he did 5 push-ups to inspire me, to show you he was doing some work. He was getting his vibrations up, and how dedicated he is to this podcast. So Jason is a VCU graduate, fraternity brother of the same fraternity, collegiate baseball player at VCU, sold financial services, turned into a full-time gamer. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Full-time gamer, partner with Twitch, I believe.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to introduce my boy Skitz Kittell to the show, fill in what I missed, and then we're going to just vibe. We're just going to flow for this for this podcast. We made 2 big mistakes, but we apologized and we said, let's get back on track and put an awesome podcast together. So
let's have some fun, baby. Let's have some fun.
Bring the energy, bro.
You already know. You already know. Thanks for having me. Yeah, went to
First off, I gotta say your voice and your crispiness of your audio is just, it's sexy.
Thank you. Thank you. I get that a lot. Yeah, actually, not even but yeah, every time I'm like in random games or whatever, I'm like, yo, what's going on, guys? They're like, are we on the radio? Like Hot 97.5? Like, no, we're not. But yeah, I like it. That interaction you got, between your teammates in the internet industry is crazy. But yeah, I went to VCU, played a little ball, bartended, sold insurance for Northwestern Mutual. Was always a nerd.
A nerd?
I embrace it.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Everyone says, oh, nerd. I love it. Call me a nerd. I love the video game, the whole realm of everything, from the content creation to how far it's become, to, mom and dad being like, get off the computer. What are you doing with your life? This and that and whatever, and you bring the Tesla home off of video games and they're like, oh, all right, well, yeah, let's take a little bit here and see what we got. So yeah, I've been full time on Twitch for almost a little over a decade now, which is crazy.
10 years.
10 plus years on Twitch, and then you supplement, all kind of services and things with that, as far as social media, TikTok, IG, Twitter, X. Yeah. I'm not going to call it X. It's Twitter. We all know Twitter. That, right? You know what I'm saying?
Have you used at Threads yet?
I have not. That's something I gotta hop on that.
Yeah, if it's like Twitter, but if you like writing, I enjoy writing. I could tell you a little bit about it and my luck on it and stuff. But
is it like a Reddit?
I think it's like
mix,
Twitter.
like a little mix, like a little hybrid.
I think it's like you write something and then people respond to it, and then you could comment back. It's like Twitter, right? Is it not?
Yeah, pretty much.
I had a Twitter. It's just different crowd. It's a different crowd. I think Twitter has gone. Older crowd, maybe there was a lot of politics, a lot of business in it. At Threads, It's a lot of, for me, it's like fitness and spiritual. There's a lot of like,
it's more concentrated.
Yeah, more concentrated. But actually, I created it. I have like 400 like followers, but I'm just like writing journals. That's like morning journals of like motivation or like philosophy and stuff. Weird shit that like I don't know if anybody's reading it, but there's people that read it and stuff. Like I had a thread. like if I say something like controversial or just like asking some like thought-provoking questions and stuff, there'll be people that just chime in and stuff, you know. And the
That's the
spiritual,
best.
it's the best.
It
But
is.
as long as you don't take any like before, I used to take a lot of like personal hits when
Welcome
somebody
to
would,
the internet.
you know,
Welcome
that's
to
the
the
internet.
internet, my boy. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe talk about that. I think that's like as a gamer, I understand like uh gaming as like a profession is not really like known. And then also too, I don't know completely how it is now, but like cyberbullying, is that something evolved into like gaming? Because I seen clips of it. I'm not in the gaming world, but I hear people talking about like a gamer, like somebody like bullies somebody and like that kid like does something. And I know you're kind of leader in that field. And I know talking to you earlier, you've kind of helped people kind of like a therapist or like a life coach as well too. So that's kind of involved, and it was cool because we were kind of relating. Of course, we're in different industries. I'm in the personal development industry, and you're in the gaming industry. But at the end of the day, we're doing very similar thing, like digital marketing, coaching people, mentoring people, kind of just creating a community and stuff. So we
Right.
vibe. So definitely, I want to hear a little bit about that into the gaming world and like how you have to build really thick skin, don't you?
You do, because when you first start off and you start gaming and you have a live chat in real time from all over the world with everybody's opinion. When I first started, I was taking every single line of text and every single question and every single, like people would say certain things and I would really, really take that, to heart. I would try to figure out, what's going on and why are they saying this and this and that. But it's the internet, right? And our motto on stream and what I live by is you have to reserve your emotions for things that matter, right?
Yeah.
And the rest will take care of itself. And a lot of people on the internet want a lot of attention for no reason. We call them keyboard warriors, right?
Yeah.
They're just out there just typing up a storm because they're bored, in wherever they're at. And yeah, you learn to be able to, what we do now or what I do now is I'll like somebody will send me a message, say I get like killed in Apex Legends, the game that I main or I play. And they'll come in chat like 5 minutes later and be like, yo, this, that, whatever. They'll type a whole paragraph. And then before I read it back to chat, I will flip what they said. Right. So they'll, for instance, it'll be like, yo, Skitz, I just killed you, this, that, whatever, your dog, whatever, that, you're blah, blah, blah. And then I'll look at it, process it, read it. And then I'll read it back live on chat and be like, yo, Skitz, you're so handsome. It's so good to be here and stream, whatever that, like that kind of, you know what I mean? You have to, but early me was like, man, what you say, man? Like, don't blah, blah, blah. Don't say that. Don't be, you take it to heart and it weighs on you. And it's just like, if you're streaming for 8 or 10 hours a night or whatever, and you get constant, just like you get pounded by negative comments and whatever, you get really, really, really good with being able to be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But I flip it.
You game for 8 hours?
So I'll go live probably 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll run into, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll have like a little movie night with the fam, like a little Discord.
Do you take like breaks, or do you just play all the way through?
Once you're locked in, like Mark Zuckerberg said, when you're wired in, you're wired in.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Nobody can tell me anything. Once I'd get out of the shower, put my hair up, put on my gear, start the game.
Hey man,
get the whole production going. That's it. I am complete. You can't tell me anything. I am locked in.
How do you get in the zone for 8 hours? Like for me, like I could do. So my work schedule is like this: 4 intense hours, like for work, like making content and putting meetings, putting my systems together and stuff, and then 4 hours of like concentrated like meditation work. Right? People don't think like meditation is like work, but it's like the work that I do is just to kind of like get what I got.
You got to hone it. Yeah, you got to.
And then the next day, I needed to make it to be productive because I need that downtime. So that's kind of like mine. It is 8 hours, but it's like you're doing 8 hours of one thing, like sitting in the seat, not going to the bathroom or anything. That's intense, bro.
Well, no, I'll take bathroom breaks, or for any Rastafari, any reggae. Yeah, we do the Coco Bungo every once in a while, so we'll go refresh the brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And get back to the square one. But yeah, once you're locked in, you'd be so surprised how quick
you get in the zone, huh?
How quick 8 hours
Damn.
just disappears.
How many nights out of the week that you do?
So we're full time. We're 7 days.
7 days.
They won't be 8 hour. We call them bangers, like 8 hour bangers, like every single night. But for the majority of the streams, we'll go 8, and then we'll look at the clock, and it's like half a day.
Yeah.
Because that's the cool thing about Twitch, right? Is like you don't have like the demographic, like you're not going live for Virginia or for California. You're going live for the world, right?
Yeah.
So like I have a different set of groups of people from different countries that rotate through at their peak times every single night, where it's, you got the East Coast, you got the Midwest, you got the West Coast, you got your Australian population, you got your Korean population, you got, it keeps, there's no dead space really. Like anybody could be on at any time. And that's the biggest thing about Twitch is like, you never know what could happen. Right.
Yeah.
Not from a support standpoint. Right. But like you stream and you grind and you build a community and you game is like as best you can, but it's more of a hangout spot on Twitch.
Yeah.
We call it, Sam, we call it an online cul-de-sac. We called it online cul-de-sac because I grew up on a cul-de-sac. I'm sure you had something similar, right? Where you like you go outside and my pops would whistle.
You would just like hang out in that area,
and we just go in the woods and whatever. But that was like our spot.
It's a community. It's a community at the end of the day, and I think part of like when your story is like fun, it's cool. But I didn't even know that's a rigorous schedule, 8 hours straight of gaming that you actually had to pay mental bandwidth, right? Even though it's something that you enjoy. I enjoy bodybuilding, but I don't know if I could do it for 8 hours a day.
Right.
But bodybuilding is something that I do kind of like almost every day though, right? Maybe in a different capacity, but like for like work where I'm making money and like building my business and stuff, that's like 8 hours, almost the same. But I guess it kind of like
they're hand in hand, right? The physical part of it is so important, like physically doing something, for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm sitting here in the chair, being a big nerd for 7 or 8 hours, 9 hours, but the mental, just, I don't want to make excuses. I play video games for a living and create content, but like it's taxing at times, right? Because like you can't just sit here, right, and just be like, oh man, yeah.
You can't.
Like,
you gotta
what are we
energy.
playing? What are we playing today, chat? Like, let's get after it. Let's have some. No, you got to be on it. If you're gonna go live and you want to, entertain and create a following and an atmosphere where everyone wants to come through, you got to be on it every single day.
Yeah,
you got to be bouncing off the wall, like like.
I'm kind of bouncing on the wall too. I think people think I'm a little crazy, but I something that you said, 2 things that you said that kind of like sparked something from me, and I just want to hear it from you. Keyboard warriors, cyberbullies, right?
Cyberbullies.
As you're going and kind of like entrepreneurship and online marketing, it's like a lot of personal development because you got to learn how to like shed all these comments about you and stuff and just kind of like flow with it or just like roll with it and stuff. But like keyboard warriors and stuff, how did you as you actually let's circle back to your story. So Jason, as you could say, like 8 hours of work and stuff, you were an athlete, collegiate athlete, and you're in still pretty good shape right now. So tell me a little bit about the collegiate history with Delta Chi a little bit and build that story for me so I can understand. Because I'm one of those persons that likes to hear timelines.
We don't have literally time.
We could do an hour and a half today if you want.
Oh, we can do as long as you want, brother. I'm glad to be here. Literally,
I took a nap today knowing that you were taking a nap, and I was like, maybe we just go hour and a half. I never push an hour and a half.
We can run it for as long as you want, my brother. We out here. For sure.
Let's get some good content. Yep.
It was when Delta Chi approached me, I'm in my fall season, first team All-State, come off a high horse from Colonial Forge out of Stafford. Yeah. I'm like, Stafford. I'm that guy. Like, I'm ready to play ball. I'm ready to get after it. We're playing at once was the AAA, the Braves stadium at the Diamond
in
in Richmond, and then they now it's the AA, the Flying Squirrels, the AA team for the Giants affiliation, right? So
I've been to a few of those games.
Walking in, good to go, this, that, and then I get approached by Delta Chi while I am in literally
which fraternity brother? Which fraternity brother got you?
Jason Nago. Shout out Jason Nago.
Jason Nago?
Absolute psychopath, but I love that man to death. Yep.
I knew Jason. I didn't hang out with Jason, but I knew him because I was graduating and he was a fraternity brother. So what brought him, or what qualities kind of like, what was it?
He approached me. You know how Rush is, whatever, all the parties, you're a freshman. I was like, you guys are pretty cool. Like, you know, and they were like, oh, you play ball, you this, that, you know, beatbox, just literally just, you know, going back and forth for like 30, 45 minutes. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then when you rush, you don't understand really what it is, especially as a student athlete and you're playing Division I baseball. It was up until like week, I don't know, 6, where I'm like, what did I just do? What did I just do? I got to get up for conditioning at 5 a.m. and I got to go do this and that, and then start my school day, and then I'm getting off, and then, you know, like extracurriculars, and then Delta Chi and all this kind of stuff. So it was Delta Chi, like I told you before, was the most fun I'd never want to have ever again. Right. Like I wouldn't have met you. We wouldn't be here today. Like the networking and just, we wouldn't, be vibing. But it was a lot, you know what I mean? And I was always a nerd through school. I mean, I was doing all kind of from. Did
you always think you were a nerd? Did you always think did you walk around like I'm a nerd, or did you hey, I'm a cool nerd? Like, I'm been very similar like you were. Like, I don't mind, like, I watch my anime, play some of my video games, I like to bodybuild by myself, I like to watch
top three anime. Go.
Mine?
Don't think about it. Top 3, go.
It's definitely Dragon Ball. I don't know if Pokemon is on the anime list. Pokemon's on there. And then I don't know if you've seen this old Japanese show. It's called
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Ronin Warriors. I don't know if that's an anime. Like, there's some old, like, I like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. Mm-hmm. I love all the new Dragon Ball movies. The new Dragon Ball movies are like I have Broly. This is like, that's me. And then I like Vegeta's shit talk. Right.
Absolutely.
Like, I build the hair and the body kind of similar like these guys, and they have very similar philosophies. A lot of people actually, like, when I start to talk about it, I'm the only one that watches Dragon Ball. Like, I could nerd about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's the OG though. Like, you can't knock Dragon Ball.
The reason why I'm going to
put you on. Yeah, when the nerds get a hold of this and this podcast goes live and you're talking about Pokemon and Dragon Ball, they're going to send you a list of 25 that you're going to have to binge. Like, it's going to be. It's going to be good.
Dude. And my nephews are like, yo, you need to watch this One Punch or like this. I'm like, I can't. I'm a loyal fan, and I'm a dad. I don't have enough time to be watching. Like, that's why I love the movies. The movies are like super condensed and like super, like the Broly movie.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Yeah.
But
we need to put you on Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer.
Somebody's told me about Demon Slayer. Do they have movies?
Oh my gosh. So, and I'm not like, I got killed in my career growing up because I didn't watch anime. So like once you get pounded, they're like, I'm like, all right, let me try some of this. Like, I'm not gonna whatever.
Well,
Demon Slayer changed yet. Tanjiro.
I don't think I'm gonna make it, like, because personal development's my thing. So books and courses and that kind of stuff.
In your free time, we'll start Demon Slayer. In your free time, we'll start Demon Slayer.
I don't know, man. I swear to God, I watched like 300 episodes like one time, just like binge of Dragon Ball, and I was like, I'm so sick and tired of this. So like, I could binge and like, I'm good with Dragon Ball for a time being, or anime. And stuff.
Shelf it for a little bit.
But I do go into phases. Like, I love Pokemon. I love the video games, the Nintendo.
Are you playing Pokemon Go at all? Are you on that train or no? I'm at the game. I went to the whole Yankees-Orioles series this weekend. The stadium is packed, I guess, with like extra Pokemon or whatever. Every other person's got their phone out, walking through Camden Yards, literally catching, like, that's how influential that
Pokemon is.
Pokemon Go, the mobile, it changed the whole
Video
Yeah,
games could change cultures. Like I think Super Mario, like I think some of the stuff that people don't see, like the underlying stuff, like anime. There's a lot of philosophy behind it, like the Dragon Ball series, like
right.
Mario. Like there's some philosophy behind it. As you get older and stuff, you start to see other things. That's why I like other cartoons and stuff where like you could watch it as you age too. Like I used to watch Star Wars, and when I was a kid, I would watch it differently. I'd watch just the fun parts. But
Right,
then
the
as you get older,
theatrics and all the cinematics, but then you rewatch it and you're like, oh,
yeah,
this is what he really meant. This
yeah,
is what he was. This is the message that he was trying to send.
yeah,
Yeah,
and as low key,
yeah.
you're like, oh man, like you could watch it, and like that's when I say it's a classic. Like I talk about, like I try to be, I try to say a message where like it will resonate with different people. For
You
me,
got to
I'm
have a top three cartoon wise. Anime, we're not. We didn't
cartoons.
start well with that. Yeah,
What's yours? What's
top.
yours? What's
Ooh,
yours?
top three cartoons of all time. That's tough. I mean, tough. I'm gonna in no particular order, just off the rip. Rocket Power was amazing to me growing up.
Oh, how
I
about this?
also
I don't know any anime, but top three video games. I will probably know some of your video.
you
Or
you can't ask a nerd that. And what genre are we talking about? All
okay,
time, like all time.
top three without thinking. Top three. You put me on the spot. Top three without thinking.
Oh
You could be
man,
what you're playing
they're
right
gonna
now.
kill me for this because yeah, I mean you have MMORPGs, massive
Are you
multi-online
gonna get?
role-playing games.
Are
You
you
got
gonna get fired?
shooters. You
If
got
if you're gonna get
I'm gonna
fired
get a
on,
lot. I'm gonna get a lot for this. I will like my number one, and there'll never be another answer to this because it built my career is World of Warcraft. When
okay,
I
yeah,
played this in eighth grade,
I know that game.
and I'm
You still playing it?
still on and off playing this. The new expansion comes out
Wow,
later on, and
I did like that
it's
game.
it's still there. Like it was, we used to have like Landsgiving, we called it. So all the boys would come back from either college or whatever they were doing during Thanksgiving, and we would set up like massive amounts of picnic tables, and all the boys would go over and we'd land. We'd set up all of our computers. We'd bring all of our stuff. We'd have the fridge stocked with like one was like Mountain Dew and Capri Sun. The other one was like Yinglings and Miller Lights and whatever. And we would binge and game together for like 4 or 5 days straight and like sleep literally on the floor in like sleeping bags and wake up, go get McDonald's egg McMuffins, and then redo it all over again. Like it was like one of the best memories. Like Landsgiving was, yeah. Shout out Todd Porter, Andy Porter, yeah.
Nice, man. I
But
mean,
yeah, it's a lifestyle, right? It's just like
it's a lifestyle. Yeah,
everyone's like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. I mean, what's the difference of binge watching a Netflix series for 8 hours or getting on the PC and gaming or whatever,
yeah,
whatever,
it's
and
different.
it,
One concept I couldn't wrap myself around for a while, like some of the kids, like my nieces and nephews, they would jump on to like YouTube and watch other people game and stuff.
right,
But then I was like, you know what? My nephew JJ is a big gamer. All my
right.
nieces and nephews, they're pretty big gamers. And I actually thoroughly just enjoy sitting right next to them while they're gaming. Like I like watching a game and I like hearing their commentary, but I don't care to play the game sometimes. Where I don't really want to learn the buttons, but I
Yeah,
was like, that's kind of like there's some people I don't think like they don't care to play the video game. They just like to hang out and watch. Right? Is that
it's
kind of what it is?
100%. Yeah,
Okay.
like the online cul-de-sac. Like
Yeah.
you either watch stream for the entertainment, you watch a stream because you're maybe like not the best at the game that
Yeah.
streamer's playing, so you want like tips and tricks or whatever. But at the end of the day, it just all meshes together where you're just like, even if he's good or not good or whatever, I just got here and he's jamming music and we're talking and this and that. And he asked me how my day was and we're chill. Like, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
just build this community of like amazing people that support you and they become like, you know, like I'm not even joking, like some of your best friends, like some of my best friends
Yeah.
I've met online. And
It is true.
the first time I met up with a couple of
Sorry.
them in real life, it was like, what are
You
you
just don't
doing?
know you.
Who are you
They
going to
know you.
see? We already know each other. When you game with somebody and you can talk to somebody for half a year or a year, and we're talking right now, you get a good understanding of like who they are and what they're doing, and you learn about their their life and this and that. And then when you get up and you meet, it's literally the like it's
it is
smooth.
It's
smooth, like literally just there's nothing.
You're on your path, and I'm on my path, right? So it's like I got personal. So my kind of niche is personal development, personal, professional, and some spiritual too, because I did a lot of spiritual work and stuff. So
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, when you start to chase like what you want, right? You said you were a nerd, you're starting to like game and stuff, and you were like comfortable with that, but you were kind of struggling to be like, no, that's not nerdy. That genuinely is cool when I hear that and stuff. Like my nephew's a gamer, JJ. He asked me the same thing. He was like, Uncle Nang, what? That's how he calls me. He's like, Uncle Nang, what's your definition of cool? Because he thinks I'm cool.
Yeah, you are cool. You're for sure. He wants validation. He wants he wants
validation. And I got real philosophical to him. I was like, JJ, do you think you're cool? And then he sat there and thought for a little bit. He was like, yeah, I think I'm pretty cool. And he is a cool dude. Like I don't know. I think I'm bad with ages, but like 8 to 12 years between that age and stuff. But literally, like I like hanging out with him. And he has all these girls, like even my daughters, every girl like wants to hang out. Even like guys and stuff want to hang out. He's like their best friend. And even when I had people on my podcast or like just jumped on some coaching calls or just like to meet community members and stuff, it's like, wait, you're like my best friend now. Like, because we keep in touch or they resonate with the message. It sounds, I think what happens is when I hear other people like talking and telling their story is you run your own story through yourself.
You do.
You do, right?
And when you share a common interest with somebody and what you talk about daily, especially online, it clicks with somebody else. Yeah. That's it. You're done. You're done. We all got our own things going on. We're all doing our own stuff. But one thing we can all agree on, and one thing we can all just disconnect a little bit, like from the world, and get on and locked in. Like I'll be going through stuff, my own personal stuff, whatever. But when I get here, sit in front of the computer, hit go live, and the first couple of chat is like, yo, Skitz, what's going on? How I'm free, man. And I don't wake up like it's a job. I wake up and I am thinking about the next day on stream and what we're gonna play and what I'm gonna create and what we're gonna do. Because it's effortless for me. And that's how I found what I really should be doing. And whether I stream, for the next 5-10 years, I'm going to always be doing something in the gaming industry as far as voice work. I mean, the industry is
it's big,
huge, right? And it's just getting started too.
I'm glad I had you on the podcast because I wanted to give people like ideas and creative like ideas first, because I know it's kind of stupid, but it's like even people look at my stuff, it's like not everybody completely understands what I'm doing, like the personal development and fitness and stuff. I've always been doing it. I just felt like a need to share. And then eventually, like I had this idea that I want to go to be a life coach, kind of like Tony Robbins and stuff. That was me. That was like my dream. I didn't realize, I thought everybody wanted to be a life coach I thought everybody, like I grew up kind of like in my own universe, like I talked to my, like I've been myself, but I've been me, and also been more as I've gotten older and stuff, started to be like, look, I don't really like these society norms and stuff, these labels, these limitations and stuff. Because, we tell our story now, we're these courageous guy out and like creating content and stuff. But there's a struggle when you first start. Right, it's not, the best Rocky impression is like it's not all rainbows and sunshines.
Not at all. It was miserable. It was miserable.
Yeah. So you went from college, you went to financial services. I'm sure there was a point in your life you're like, what the fuck is this? Like,
there was a point in my life, Sam. I literally was sitting at the desk, cold calling people at Northwestern Mutual. Not knocking Northwestern at all. Great company, still a great company.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Not getting paid for that, by the way. Northwestern, if you see this, throw me a check. But I'd be sitting at the cubicle and I'd be brainstorming about gaming, what I'm going to do that night on stream. Like it was bang, 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 like get off, would sprint into the house. I'd stream in my shirt and tie and my suit some days. That's how I couldn't even like shower and recharge. I was just more so like
Just
excited to get on, because once you see a little bit of traction and you get a lot of feedback of people are like, yo, Skitz, man, this is fire. Dude, this is crazy, man. Like, I love being here. Like, thanks for the tips. Thanks for the tricks. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for carrying me. Like, certain players don't have, like, you know, like in World of Warcraft, like the gear or the experience to run through things that they need to get or whatever. And the whole family's like, bro, bring your ass. Bring it on over here, baby. We got you. We'll take care of it.
You know what?
Let's run it. Like,
I gotta tell you a funny story at VCU. I'm not sure because what year did you pledge or rush?
So I came in. It was Omar's last. Shout out Omar too, by the way. It was his last year.
He was on a podcast. You know that?
I watched it. That's
my little brother.
Yeah, that's.
I'm proud of that guy,
is your little. That is your little.
I recruited him. I mentored him. I humbled him. And he mentored me. I got him involved in the gym. Actually, the last podcast, we said the follow-up was going to be, we were going to talk about how I got him involved into the fitness world.
Right.
But yeah, I got a fair amount of people into the fitness, right? Like fitness for me, like bodybuilding is my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your thing as gaming and streaming.
That's your realm.
And stuff.
That's your realm. Yeah.
So as it relates to bodybuilding, I actually started bodybuilding in college. This is when nobody gave a fuck about working out. Everybody cared about drinking, trying to make it a class, and barely passing or whatever, you know, getting laid. Nobody was in the gym. Nobody was in the gym. Yeah. I think my junior year, I started lifting weights. Like, nobody was lifting weights, but I was getting so energized, so energetic. And I was reading some books about personal development. I read the Tony Robbins book, and I was feeling so energized. You know, I got so like, and I'm not saying like I got like this popular dude, but like I ran for homecoming team because everybody was like, Samnang, I think you should do it because you're a popular guy and you know everybody and you're welcoming stuff. But the reason why, and I talked to this about some of my VCU friends, is there's this hangout spot in VCU Commons called the Slab. Yep. I would just fucking hang out there with like one or two brothers, just like chit chat and just like, and then I always notice like maybe like 15 or 20 minutes, there'll be like 20 kids just like around there, and we're just bullshitting, just shooting the shit, talking about like
they're absorbing. They're absorbing. They're absorbing all the information. They're like, oh, this is a little different. This is a little different. This is crazy. My man's looking a little swole out here. We might have to just like, hello. Hello?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was the only one crit walking at the parties and stuff. I tell you, our fraternity pledge class, we always say we were the one that brought the party. We brought that scene to VCU. There was like 10 of us. It was like Cameron McGrath, it was me, and we got this house on Boulevard. I'm not sure, like, you probably heard of stories about it and stuff. They talk about like
I've been to Boulevard. I've been to Boulevard.
There was like
we're not talking about Boulevard. We're not talking about Boulevard.
The first run, I think there was like a second or third run at Boulevard, but the first run at Boulevard was the most epic shit. Like, I could bring any of my fraternity brothers on. We could talk for like 2 or 3 hours about some of the stupid stories or crazy stories that happened there. But that was that.
It was the best. I mean, even like, I came through, it was Alpha Omicron. So I came through late. Matul, shout out Matul Shah. That was my one and only little, absolutely killing it right now.
I see him. He's shredded. Like Doctor? Is that him?
Yep. Okay. Yep. And then Roberto Ingrao. That was my big, you know what I'm saying? My big, quote unquote.
Yeah, Roberto lives up in this area. I ran into him like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah. He got a beautiful family. He's rocking and rolling. Yeah. But like I said, the most fun I never want to have again, because I remember going to practice and word got out because it's, you know, college, but I got a head coach, assistant coach, strength trainer came up to me at like 6 o'clock in the morning. They were like, so I heard you're pledging a fraternity. And I was like, oh shit.
Is that against the rules?
Oh my God, dude. I mean, when you're a Division I baseball player and they think that you're doing extra stuff and not like what, and the first thing I said, and on the spot, I was like, baseball is my fraternity. Okay. Yeah. Everything else after that we'll be there. But it was, me and my boy, shout out Daryl Stringfield. He was a Q.
Yeah.
He was a Q.
That's
I was just like, man, if I can do it, what you're going through, you know what I'm saying, as a Q right now. But yeah, we had that little kind of camaraderie where we're just like, hey man, just, and once you start, if I start anything, I'm not
you don't
gonna
quit.
not finish it. I'm not gonna not finish it, right?
That's a good mentality, man. I think,
you know what I mean? Like, even if it's 8 weeks or 10 weeks or 12 weeks and it's miserable or whatever, like that's what I said. I'm already here. I already paid my
you just
dues.
gritted through it.
I already did whatever. And and when you're an athlete and you go through certain things like that, you're kind of more, I think, I don't know, like well prepared for trials and tribulations and it's all for a good reason.
Sports definitely play a big role into like your development and stuff. I've seen that a lot in people that have played sports and have not played sports as adults and stuff.
Right.
As I coached and stuff, sometimes we're like, I'm not a coach that like is unreasonable, but I would always push just a little bit. But that just a little bit seems almost like super hard versus like an athlete will be like, oh, just a little bit. It's another rep. It's another set. It's another like shot. It's another like at bat, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an entrepreneur. It's like reps, rejection, sale, rejection, sale, rejection, sale. It's
how else do you get better?
How do you get better and stuff?
How
and
else
like
do you get
bodybuilding,
better?
it's like it's reps, the repetitions and stuff. That's cool that you know about like the fraternity. The fraternity does get bad raps and stuff, but there's some good stuff to it. And I chose to kind of be a leader, I think set the example. I wasn't a great speaker in college. I was a terrible speaker, but I showed up every day. I don't even know how I got through the pledge. I didn't even know how to speak English. I swear to God.
For real? What, you were, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the fucking story. This is a funny
first
story.
semester, first year, you're like, oh shit.
Because I had to start like public speak. Like the recruiting process. Like, I could party, I could make friends and stuff. But then they interviewed me, and I like started through every question.
That's the best though.
It was
you
terrible.
Know what I'm saying? That's
and
so good though. Like,
they gave me a bid.
Yeah.
They just saw that I was enthusiastic. They gave me a bid, and then I rushed the fraternity, and all 3 or 4 years, I just grinded. I grinded at school. I sucked at school. I didn't graduate with like a high GPA, but I graduated almost on time. I just grinded through. I grinded through the fraternity as well too. Broke as shit. Trying to lift weights, trying to bodybuild, eating like cans of tuna, trying to like I ran for homecoming king, trying to like be the ambassador for the fraternity, and then I ran for like Mr. Greek. I got second. John Rowan, my fraternity brother, got I don't know if I got second, but he got first. But I won like I got it. Like, I was a very popular guy. I enjoyed college a lot just because of the amount that I put in there. And I saw a lot of shitty stuff from fraternity brothers, college people and stuff. I just try to set the example. There was a lot of like stuff that I wanted to set the example, and then, I did it. And that's where I am here, like in personal.
You got to change the mold sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Too, because like a lot of people think like, they're like, yo, what frat are you in? And then our whole thing was, you don't call your country a cunt. Right. And
just educate people and stuff.
You could have, I definitely, there's a lot of guys that come in and maybe weren't as popular in high school or whatever, and then they get into a fraternity and then they get up in the ranks a little bit, and then it's just like they got like a lightsaber all of a sudden, right? They're just, you know what I mean? But you weren't like that, right? You could still be a higher up or this or that or whatever, but it's like set the tone for everybody else to come, right? Like, and you don't have to, fraternity's cool. We're all doing, we're
no, the fraternity was cool. It was a great experience. It's built a lot of leadership qualities in me. And also, I think one thing that I took away from the fraternity was really like, now that I'm 38 and gone through life and stuff, I'm vocal now, right? I'm a content creator and stuff. And I've gone through my values and stuff, and my spiritual awakening and stuff. And I'm bold. I can say what I could say. And I backed it up with like the research and stuff. But the one thing that I've learned is to stick to your guns. Because I've had people super close to me. people that I thought would have my back.
I like the shout out. Stick to your guns. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I even said that to some of my fraternity brothers, and I'm like, bro, like, this is what I've been about. I'm not different or anything. You know what I'm saying? I've stuck to my guns. I've lifted weights. Yes, I am kind of bold. I am kind of loud and stuff, but this is what I believe and stuff. And I've had people just close to me just not like, I don't care if people don't get the message. What I'm saying, like personal development, helping each other and stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's happiness. That's gratitude. That's success. That's what it really is. I'm not trying to be fake about it and stuff. And I think people come off as like, yeah, them this aggressive coach and stuff, but it's like, nah, like we know this is how you become happy. This is how it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
The cool thing is like after you hear you're not going to do anything or you're not going to do whatever for so long, and you do it or you start to do it, that first little lick of success that you have in that industry, whether it's bodybuilding or speaking or gaming or whatever, and you start to like have some traction.
Yeah.
I can't hear anybody else. I can't hear anybody else. I embrace it. I love it. Actually, I love it. Tell me I can't do this. Tell me I can't, you know.
No, that's a good mentality.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to, it's after you do something for a long time, especially in an industry where it's not as, common, you know what I'm saying? Like go sell insurance at Geico or go, work at Jimmy John's or go do that. I was like, my brain, my ADHD, my energy, whatever, I'm built for something way, way bigger than this, like way bigger than this. And how do I express that? Like, what do I like?
Was that something that you were dealing with? I see that a lot in a personal or just like being a life coach and stuff. It's like people hold on to like, I mean, you have attention deficit disorder on stuff that you are not interested in, right? You are interested in gaming. You spend 8 hours a day on it, where like most people can't even spend 30 minutes fucking on a single task. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You spend 8 hours on something, right? But you walked around with like, hey, maybe I do something different with this ADHD and transform into something I like. Because I've always talked about it. I was like, maybe you're just not engaged in what you're doing. And that is
maybe you have all this energy and all this talent and all this excitement and you just don't know where to put it. You know what I mean? So like gaming for me was just not only playing the game, but being the top at whatever game I was playing, and then being a top entertainer, and then talking to people and meeting people. And like, it just spiraled into so many other things besides just clicking the mouse and keyboard and just, going live and, whatever else. So it's just like, once I find, and I do get, I don't want to say bored, but there are games that get stale or this or that. And then we swap it up. But once I'm locked in, once I'm wired in, you can't talk to me like literally at all. I got the music going, DJ Skitz live from Virginia. Like, and we're off and running and we are vibing and, it's just
definitely
like
an entertainer. You're definitely
it is. It's
having you on here made me level up a little bit. I'm like, man, I gotta bring some energy.
Me too.
I saw your
here.
content now.
We're gonna do part 2 here. Yeah, for
part
sure.
2 we're flowing for sure. This is episode 46 for me that I recorded. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Little something slight. Something slight.
Let me tell you a little bit about it, kind of the success that I've seen, and just share stories, man. I think like podcasting is so like cool. It's so cool.
It's organic. That's the best way I can put it. It's organic.
So the story, like if you have some followers and stuff that are kind of like new to me and probably will listen to this, the show is called Flow In, Flow Out, right? We called it Figure the Fuck Out because Danny, I had another co-host. His name was Danny, and he was a digital marketer. And we were
Tell me it wasn't Shriver.
No, Danny Marizzi.
You're not talking about that.
I know who Shriver is. He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do this.
No way.
He's too
He'd have a full tin of skull and literally just
I love Danny. I used to pick
my
him.
Guy.
That's my dude. He's so funny though.
He is.
But what I was saying, I lost my chat. What was I saying?
Shout out Danny.
No, Danny Marizzi, my original co-host, is a digital marketer. So he started a podcast, and then he did like 26 episodes with me. I was like, all right. He needed to branch off on his own and create his own podcast. I was like, yeah, support it and stuff. I mean, it was like good.
Yeah.
Having like a digital creator, digital content creator, kind of just like we're coaching each other back and forth and stuff. And then I had Omar on here, and I have you on here, and it's just like such a cool like vibe where like what I try to do is just match the same energy or just bring it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you have high energy, like high vibrations and stuff.
And that's what I told you before, like while we were prepping up, like we're doing everything. I'm like, we can't mess it up,
we can't
baby.
fuck up this show.
We can't mess it up. We just get on and chop it up, baby. Talk some shit and literally just like that's.
All right, let me hear you. So you're an athlete, and did you keep up the athleticism, the working out all the way through till now? Because you're pretty
absolutely
athletic.
Not.
No,
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. So I want to take a moment and take a break from the show and thank you for being a part of our community. So I'm the head coach at Peak Performance Academy, and I want to talk about how you guys could support the channel and how we could support you as well too. So if you enjoy the podcast, please subscribe and share it with your thoughts. Leave a review with some feedback and let us know what you enjoy about the show. Your review helps the algorithm and gets our message out to more people. So here's how we could support you guys in your personal growth. So we have a coaching community called Peak Performance Academy, where I'm the head coach. We offer live coaching calls and lifestyle packages as well too. So if you need additional support in these areas of your life, please book a discovery call with us. We look forward to hearing from you and look forward to working with you. And also, if you are a fan of the Flow In, Flow Out podcast and you resonate with the message, and if you have an inspiring story to share, anything that you want to get out there that's going to help elevate the collective vibrations, we welcome you. Just let me know, send me an email, send me a comment, and then we'll get you scheduled on to the show. So we look forward to having you, and we love and appreciate all the support that have you been giving to our the Flow In, Flow Out podcast and the Peak Performance Academy community.
Absolutely not. I'll be completely honest with you. No, I mean, like playing pickup basketball is one thing, or going to play pickleball, but
yeah,
you either have to join a men's league. Like you can't just go to the park and be like, "Hey, 9-on-9, let's get a baseball game together."
What
like
is
that,
the deal
you know
with?
what I'm saying?
Tell me about pickleball, because like I see it, I'm like,
tennis and ping pong had a baby, pretty much. That's basically the best way to describe it, right? And it's always been around, but it's blown up because you gotta work your cheeks off. I mean, it's fun. It's like ping pong, but you got bigger rackets and but yeah, 2-on-2.
But I'm just saying, I'm always, as an entrepreneur, I'm like, somebody did something, like some fucking marketer blew this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
That's how
it's on ESPN now, 100%. Why that pickleball's cool, but why in the hell is this shit on ESPN?
That's how I think.
Like, what
I'm one of those like, why? Like this shit was around. I don't know if it was pickleball or like handball or whatever and stuff, but it was something around. But I was like, why? It's all of a sudden popular. I'm glad like people are working out. I'm not hating on it, but it's always like, why does this kind of like just happen? You know,
the exposure I get. I mean, that's all the world's about is exposure, right? You could have a good game, you could be a good streamer, you could be a good motivational speaker, a good content creator, but it's all about exposure, right? It's
when you
all
say
about
exposure, it's marketing. It's marketing. Like
it is. People have to see you. I always say there's thousands of $1 million streams in gamers out there. They just haven't been.
Let me check out your social media handles and I got your.
You like the one with the baseball bat.
Yeah, that one's good. You got some good fun content in there, right? It resonates.
That's just man. I mean, that's the biggest part about being a full-time streamer is going live is great, but if you don't do anything on the back end of it, you're not going to go anywhere. maybe 10 years ago, if you went live and people found you, they whatever, but the exposure on Twitch, on YouTube, on all these like live platforms are there, but they're not there, right? So I'll stream for 7, 8, whatever hours.
Yeah. You got a YouTube.
The next day, wake up, chop up all those clips, put them up, and then once you start getting like 1 or 2 people come in, be like, yo, Skitz, I saw your TikTok, or I saw your YouTube, or I saw your Instagram reel, or I saw, you're done. They didn't they didn't get any information. They didn't come from a friend. They saw it on another platform, and you know what I'm saying? They're there. So I've learned that definitely. If anybody's a full-time streamer or content creator, the more you do outside of your stream, you know, the better. You know what I mean?
So this is your streaming site, right? I've never seen this before.
It is. So yeah, right there, all those that you're seeing right now are just featured clips from everything that we've played. The about section, there's a schedule. All of those are what I've recently played this week.
Dope.
We have our merch, all of our I gotta get you some merch, by the way. Yeah, it's our full store, everything. The Skitz fam just runs everything now. So
get me some merch. I'll wear it on one of my
I got you. We got some fire merch. We got some really incredible merch.
Man, you know some shit. You know some stuff.
But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, and there's that picture of me right there that you just saw is Caustic. Here, I got something for the
V's. What is that?
Oh, this is so nerdy, and I love it, dude. So this right here is handmade. One of my moderators, one of my OGs, shout out Captain Flower, had this made in Russia and sent to me. So it's 3D printed, hand painted, hand taped.
3D printed.
This is basically like the main weapon of the character Caustic that I play in Apex Legends. So we're currently
did somebody send it to you? 2. One of your fans sent it to you?
Yes. And the crazy thing is it came from Russia, and it came at my apartment complex wrapped up in like almost like emergency tape in all Russian during like when we were beefing with them a couple years ago, like beefing, whatever. And I walked down into our mail room at the apartment. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm about to have like the FIFOs, the alphabet boys are about to show up here and start asking.
That's kind of crazy, bro. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's like once I get invested in a character and play a character, I got to run with them for forever. So yeah, number 2 currently in North America right now, kills on Caustic. So, and if anybody's watching this, that's a gamer.
Is it congratulations?
Mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
mouse and keyboard all day long. If you play on controller on your PC, I don't got any time for you. Aim assist, you get that out of you. You're gonna get blasted for that.
Oh, don't so you're trash talking to somebody.
Mouse and keyboard, baby. That's where it lives.
I like this. Let me ask you, Jason Skitz Kittell. Is that a combination of both your first name and last name?
So last name's Kittell, and then through sports, through baseball, through everything, Kittell. You add an S to the beginning and the end of Kittell. It pretty much literally is Skittell. So Skittles.
Skittles, yeah.
Everybody,
it's
yeah,
it's
and
easy.
then
it's easy.
Yeah, it just we chopped. I mean, my own mother and father call me Skitz now. You know, that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless I'm in trouble.
The branding is important. You know, it's like
100%.
It's 100. Like I started maybe 8 years ago. I've been putting more like YouTube content. I used to do, so I did like vlogs back in the day. I did like something like 80 vlogs. So when I started like podcasting, it was kind of like the same. Right, but more of just like a structured way and super easy to like systemize. The reason why I can do it because there's a system to it. I get people to fill out the form. It's easy. When I was vlogging, I was like, it would take forever to edit and just kind of think of content. So I was like, this is easier.
Tell me about it.
But I was like, this is easier. This is easier. You get more content, and a lot of people get out of it. Like I would say, me, you, audience members, your audience, it's like it hits a lot of different peoples and stuff. So that's why I think it's such a great platform. But when I first started, I went by Coach Beast Mode. I think you followed me, right?
Absolutely. I remember Beast Mode.
Coach Beast
He
Mode.
never left. I don't remember him. He never left.
Retired.
He's in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere. He's in there somewhere. He's there.
The metaphor is like he had to die to have the 3.0 version.
The next chapter, baby. The next chapter.
The 3.0 version is just Samnang, man, which I have a digital marketing coach or like a sales coach, and his thing is Jay the Sales Ninja. And he was like, bro, your name is like a superhero's name. And I was like, yeah, I guess it is. So I was like, just
rock with it.
Just rock with it, simple and stuff. I was like, Samnang, man. You know, I could be a philosopher. I could be an athlete.
You could be whatever.
Whatever.
I like the tongue.
I like the fluidness, you know, because I've been on my own personal journey of just like, hey, like, yes, there's the outside world and stuff, but like, this is my world. This is my universe now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I speak my own language, but, and if anybody likes, like, because I say woo-woo a lot when I talk about spiritual, because when I say spiritual in like church, people are like, whatever. But you say like, I say like, oh, this shit's woo-woo. You know, it's like,
bro,
I was like, I'm trying to manifest something, you know? I'm like,
you can make whatever your own. You can literally make whatever your own.
It kind of made it like, at my digital marketer here was like, we dedicated a whole episode to like talking about woo-woo, spiritual stuff, right? But I say woo-woo because like, even my kids could relate to it and stuff. They're like, we want the message to be authentic, right? You're authentic. You became Twitch or Skitz on Twitch because you just kind of became this person. You know
organic,
what I'm saying?
Baby.
Like you're this person. You're not necessarily somebody else. You're not I don't know. I think it's
you're
inspiring.
not pretending to be anything, like, you know what I mean? It's very easy to fake it and make it, and then you go to sleep at night and wake up and you're like, what am I doing out here, man? Like, what am I doing?
Tell me.
Like,
You had a point, I think you told me, where you kind of hit, like, there was something where like you had an awakening. You were like, nah, this is not, like when you were at the financial services company, right?
Yeah.
You were just what was the switch? Like you had a nice job. That's a nice job, right? You know, being a sales setter for a financial service company.
Yeah. I mean, I got my like health, life annuities, all my certifications. I studied harder for these tests for my certifications for Northwestern Mutual than, you know, knock on wood, than I did in college, right? I was there to play baseball. So I was just like, you know, I got good grades, but they weren't, you know, D's get degrees. Don't live by that. Study. But it was one of those things where I was 22 years old trying to sell health, life annuities, Roth IRAs, insurance. The product was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But me at 22 calling my peers that were in the bracket of 18 to, you know, at the most, me, 30. Yeah, you called me. Hey, yo.
I was like, I'll talk to you.
But no, I did hook up a couple brothers. They still have their policies today. But it was, I just wasn't as invested in that. I mean, I was, it's like a job, and I was thankful, and I worked my tail off to get there then be there. And, you know, after the first couple of months, I was like, this is not gonna fly. But I just waited out a little bit, you know, 6 months, a year, you know, we didn't come this far, right? To just get up and leave. Maybe you'll get into a routine or a rhythm or whatever, but, you know, made it, you know, some decent money. But at the end of the day, it was just, you know, that wasn't for me, because I would go sit in the office, get there at 7 o'clock in the morning, come back at like 3, 4, depending on the day. And then my face lit up, man. I literally would take off all my stuff, put my gear on, sit at my production, and just like get after it.
This is what you were energized for.
And even like this long into it, you see how nerdy excited I'm getting about even talking about it, man. Like I can't wait to go live tonight in a couple hours. Like just like that's what I've always wanted to do.
So for me, I've been bodybuilding and just kind of like personal development, like reading books, and so that's my thing, like personal development, right? It's in a way I help professionals because I'm a person. I try to show an example as a person that like is like an individual process of like actualizing, like developing themselves, with independent thinking and stuff. I know they
Right.
get very philosophical and stuff, but like that's kind of like my thing is personal development, reading books and stuff. But I've been doing it for like 24 years, and there's some days I'm just like, damn, this shit's a grind.
Yep.
It's a grind. Like,
Oh, I've definitely had those kind of days too. And
how do you get through those tough days where you're like, you've been doing it 10 years? Like, even though it still drives you and you're still energetic, like I'm still energetic and stuff, but there's some days where like, holy shit, there's still more shit that I need to do, despite I haven't done so much.
The cool thing is I always say you never know what could happen, right? I could get on and stream for 8 or 10 hours and maybe have a limited amount of engagement or support. It's not about money at all, but you might make $5 or $10, not like that, but like, over 10 hours. And the next day you can get on. And before I even show my face and I have the starting soon screen on, I can have somebody that hasn't seen me in a week come in, blow the whole place up, start throwing bread and bits and all kind of support and what like it's like the unknown that just keeps me going, right? Like there's a consistent schedule and there's what to expect, and you have like what's coming in every month as far as like your income from Twitch or whatever, but nights vary from like super crazy to awesome but not as nuts. And then you have different kind of like you don't just go in and clock in and you catch a paycheck. You can get on and you can change your life in or that month or half a year in one stream, or it could be, so you just really never know what's coming out, all the new games, how fresh the content is, something new can drop, something this or that or whatever. So the gaming industry is just it's just cranking. There's so much out there. And like the cool thing about Twitch is you don't even have to be a gamer. Like you can go meal prep right now after you get off the podcast and put a camera up and just turn it on and go live on Twitch and be like, this is what I eat. This is my macros. This is what, and they'll be like, I mean, I'm interested in that, but like, yo, what's your name? Yo, I'm saying, oh shit, what's going on, man? Where you from? That boom, bro. You got a relationship for life, literally. Like you got someone that just enjoys what you're doing, and they enjoy being around you, like your presence, right? Like, I'll if I'm an hour late to stream or whatever, I'll get blown up on Snap and like, dude, where are you? I'm like, I'm coming, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's cool because you know that people really enjoy. Too. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It's accountability
schedule,
too. Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that too. But like my schedule is pretty consistent now with like the late night radio, DJ, gaming, whatever.
This is late night radio right now.
DJ radio live from like so I'll go like into the early morning.
You definitely have like a DJ voice. I mean, you do it for 8 hours. 7, 6, I don't know, 5 days. You're definitely in the speaking gig. You know what I'm saying? It's like you build these skills outside of just like developing yourself too. It's like I didn't like, okay, I knew I kind of had I wanted to be a life coach and stuff, but it's like, or like a motivational speaker. But at like, just like you, when I first started, I had zero fucking skills. I got hired outside of college. I actually got very lucky. I got hired. So I did the real estate program at VCU. And I was such a popular guy, like people just like me and stuff. And I was in this real estate property management course, and it was like a VP teaching it, SVP from Tolheimer, which was a big commercial firm in real estate. I don't know how I got hired, but they hired me because he knew who I was. And I slept all the way through his class. I don't know why, because I was just popular. They hired me.
Oh, that aura.
Yeah. I came into there. I was like, I'm just gonna fucking learn. I mean, they gave me I thought I was gonna get paid more, but I was like, we're in Richmond, and it's my first job, and
just get your foot in the door.
And the title was like, I had this prestigious title. It was a portfolio manager.
Oh, I know. Well, as soon as I got my cards from Northwestern Mutual, and it had my like the watermark, and it was like, financial advisor, certified, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, you see this? Yeah, you saw that, right? Yeah, I'm certified. Yeah, financial advisor. Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean,
I was a portfolio manager getting paid. I would say it's decent for Richmond. I can't shit on it now because it was like 2007 and stuff. It was enough for me to have a home and whatever, right? But it was like I didn't know shit. I didn't even know how to talk to professionals. My title was portfolio manager. I was talking like business owners. I was talking to who else? Like other property managers that had years and years of experience. And me, I'm just like a talkative guy or just like a friendly guy. And I was like a year in, and I was like, I need to go get some skills, like real skills. That was like a moment of like, and then I did kind of like my soul searching. I went to California to visit Omar, some other fraternity brothers.
Shout out Omar.
Abe out there. And it really inspired me. That was kind of like where, of course, like college was very inspiring for me. It was just kind of like the development of just like being myself, and everybody was very comfortable, like very supportive in my age or like generation and stuff. We were very supportive of each other. That's what I loved about when I went to school. It was just like a golden age. Like I always say, it's like when I talk to my friends, like, it's such a golden era. Like everybody was so happy.
Everybody always knocks me because I'm like, I'm 34 and I'm starting to do the, man, back in the day, they're like, bro, shut the hell up. I'm like, no, you don't understand, man. Like,
you don't understand.
We had Siegel Center packed out with Larry Sanders and Eric Maynor and Brandon Rozelle and the whole basketball team that played in the NBA or went overseas that were absolutely gnarly. You know where they were? They were in the basement of Boulevard vibing with us. Literally just like they wanted to be around. Like it was like we had that.
VCU was such a nostalgic place because you had Richmond folks. Richmond people are eclectic as hell. You had Northern Virginia people. You had Virginia Beach people. I don't think that was kind of like the mix. And then
it was a melting pot for sure.
It was a melting pot. And it was like in the center of Virginia and stuff. But it was like such a good time because everybody was so open-minded, right? It was a time where like I got to meet a lot of people and be able to express myself and have other people be like express themselves and just like and genuinely enjoy each other's company. It was just like the vibrations for me was like really high, at the time because everybody was on the same, like we want to support each other. Like Facebook was invented when I came to school, and when Facebook came around, it was a big thing. And like I never had anybody like when it was my birthday, people were like, "Happy birthday, happy birthday!"
Yeah, like, right. Cool.
And then I just kept up, as Facebook was it for me. You know what I'm saying? I love Facebook just because
that's when the page was all white. It was literally a blank.
I started every iteration. Like it was just like writings first, and then they started introducing some photos. I was always a photo guy. I was the only one that had a digital camera. So before Facebook, there was this other website that you could post pictures and stuff. A ton of people will go and visit and stuff. So that's how I became very popular in colleges because I was just taking photos at like parties and stuff. And it would just have a whole collection. I would just have like 20 or 30 in like an album of like VCU homecoming party or something like that. And like VCU tailgate party or something. And then people will go and look at it and stuff. And then that was kind of like where I kind of built.
What was your MySpace? What was your MySpace song? You remember it?
I did have a MySpace, but I can't remember.
We got to embarrass each other right now. You know what song you had as soon as you open your MySpace page. It had to have been something.
MySpace. I remember having a MySpace, and I was like really into it and stuff. But I spent more time on Facebook. That's I had both at the same time, but then like Facebook, I just it's like you choose one system. Like I couldn't choose Sega 100%. Genesis or Super Nintendo. Like I chose. Right,
you got to play one of the other. Yeah,
I chose PlayStation.
I mean, shout out MySpace though, because that like would teach us how to code. Like it was you put a whole string of text in and you embedded a video or whatever, and then you hit submit, and then you get a full page. You're like, what is?
Did you do it right or not?
One little piece, one little something, one little whatever. Then you finally get it and you submit it and you got it. You're like, yo, like, you know what I mean?
We kind of understand it, but like that actually, like not a lot of people understand code and how to put websites and things together. So it's very,
it's getting more and more simplistic now. It's actually,
Yeah, it is easier.
AI is scary. You can literally, did you see the new Apple update with the mathematics, the calculator? Saying you can literally take your phone with the tablet and you can just draw 2 + 5 = the tablet will spit out the same font, the answer, and then you can literally edit and add different things. You can divide it, you can whatever, like just draw it out. Literally just draw it out and it'll spit out immediately. Like I had the TI-83. We had the TI-83, the calculator, whatever.
I don't know
like
how
it's
to
getting
use
it. Me neither. Me neither.
I think the only thing that you need to know what type of math is algebra. I use more algebra than anything. Calculus, not so much, but algebra, and like I could think pretty well and like solve a lot of problems and stuff. But like algebra is definitely my. I was gonna say.
We got to get you on some video games, man. Talk about problem solving.
Yeah, it's problem solving.
Everything you like video games keep your mind sharp. They call it, like, remember, like what was it, Lumosity, like the brain games, whatever you'd play and keep you, like, it's literally video games.
Yeah. Do you know how to do you understand like I studied some neuroscience because I'm a life coach and stuff, but like the brain and stuff and like how it works now.
You got a neuro chip?
No, I don't got a neural chip.
What is it? What Elon bring out? The
no, but
Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yeah.
No, but I meditate a lot. You know,
yeah,
I think,
no, for sure.
And I understand the scientific side of brain, like neuroscience and stuff, and like neuro-linguistic programming. How you're talking about like your problem solving. Problem solving is like a real skill, right? to have, because it actually is like. That's why like I meditate, because I'm putting this stuff together. It's like this has to all kind of tie together. It all has to tie with marketing. It has to go here and here, and then you have to do it strategically and have to go talk to coaches and stuff. So it's very like mental for me. It's like I love it because one, it's hard, but personally, I'm developing so much. It's really pushing my like physical body and like my mental body so much, right?
Yeah.
Even
are you more of like you want to be prepared before you get into something, or are you more like on the fly, like you have an idea? For me, it's like
I always prepare enough, but then like go like this podcast was like I prepared enough. Like this entrepreneurship job, I have prepared enough, but I don't hesitate. The bad thing is like sometimes I don't hesitate. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming. I get too much stuff that I need to do. That's where I've done in the past, where like I spent a lot more time working and then also on the opposite end trying to problem solve, so I'm strategic about it and stuff. So that's kind of like my process. It's like 4 hours of intense deep work, right, where like I'm working on something, but I need to make sure that it's scalable or it ties in. Like if somebody's going to jump on my team and like support me and stuff, I need to think about you know, it's a lot of mental power, mental bandwidth and stuff. But I mean, that's kind of like what I do. You know, I coach it. I always say like I'm a coach and I'm always going to be practicing it because that keeps me on my edge. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're doing it and you're teaching it and you're coaching it and stuff, you're literally just teaching or doing stuff that you're learning on the fly.
Well, that's how you get better.
That's how you get better, yeah.
It's literally how you get better. Like you just got to keep, going through it, how to deal with certain things, how to go about certain situations. You just got to put yourself in that environment so many times where when you're there, you're like, oh, been here, done that, got that. This is what we do. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Scoobity boobity. We moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man.
But yeah, is your circle, you have a pretty small circle or a big circle? Or, I mean, as far as like.
It's always been good quality. You know what I'm saying? I get a fair amount of engagement in conversations going on because they're genuine connections that people like on Facebook. It's my original rule is that I need to meet you in person before I become a Facebook friend. But then after I grew up a little bit, I was like, it's going to start being like business and stuff. Like if we have mutual interests, why not send a friend request, right? It's like, hey, we might be in the same thing. We might be able to help each other,
Just chop it up and see where it goes from there.
Sometimes there's rejections. Like that's part of it, It's like even in real life, like people that are like they're dating and stuff, rejection, yes to a date, no to a date, no to a a conversation or whatever and stuff. It's at the end of the day, it's like the more you go through it, the more resiliency, like it's personal development, putting yourself.
Or the more you just don't give a fuck, excuse my language, but the more you just you're like, I don't got time for any of that, really. I got time for my business and my 16-year-old old little grandma, my little pit bull, my old lady that I've had since, what I'm saying? And yeah, make money and all that. Well, if it falls in my lap, I'm going to take advantage of it and go with it. But, I have, once you're, I think for me, like scarred a couple times, once you fall in like, I don't want to like get all like Kim Kardashian type shit, but once you fall
Go
in
ahead,
love a
man.
couple
Go ahead.
times,
I'm I'm
once you
sp- I'm
fall in
trying
love
I'm trying to be
a
the
couple times,
Cambodian Joe Rogan, or
yeah,
where people
I
just
know.
come
I
on
like.
and just
Hey, that's a catchy. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Cambo Joe, Cambo Joe. That'd be
I use
sick.
my mullet. This is my Cambo redneck. Ah,
Are we doing this right now? Yeah, hold on. I got the Undertaker going on right now.
you got long hair too? Oh shit. Cambo redneck.
I got the Undertaker going on
Oh,
right
you
now.
do
I'm
look
about
like
to
the
come out of the
Undertaker.
ring, bro. Literally.
Hey, we literally could be professional wrestlers. Did you grow up watching wrestling or no? Yes.
How long you been growing it? Wait, I just got my headphones back on. What do you say, Bobe? Yeah.
About 3 to 4 months. Actually, no.
Oh,
I grew up for long, but I kind of like trim it up and stuff. But
yeah. You gotta.
this is rather long right here.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it fly.
My hair grows pretty fast, which I think is a sign of health. I think and I try to keep the stress down. Like I don't like before I used to have a lot of stress and gray hairs, but then after a while I was like, you know what? Let's try not to stress too much and just live life, because
it's one day at a time. You know what I'm saying?
I want to lead like an inspire. Like you inspired me, and real. I just admire people
I appreciate that.
just do what they believe is right for them. You know what I'm saying? I believe this is right for me. It's always been right for me. Not everybody believes me and stuff, but I always believe in me. And I think a lot of people don't believe in themselves that they could do stuff like this. But
yeah,
it's just
they never take that leap, right? And even if they do, like I've met a lot of people that are like, "Yo, Skitz, can you help me set up my stream and this and that?" And then they'll come back like 2 weeks later and be like, I streamed for 2 weeks and it's not working out. I'm probably not gonna. I'm like,
yeah.
Old me would have been like, what are we doing out here, bro? What do you mean 2 weeks, bro? You think like that's gonna like you're gonna get some traction or whatever? If you really want to do it and really, believe in yourself and believe in your content and believe in what you're saying and doing and how you treat people and the atmosphere that you build, it just takes a little bit of time. Good things take time. It's corny as shit to say, but like it really does. Like things will catch up. I've had a lot of people like support my stream that have watched me because Twitch is free and anonymous. You can tune in tonight and nobody would even know you're there, but they watch and they watch and they watch. They don't want to see how you are today or tomorrow. They want to see how you are this week or a month or 6 months or maybe a year. People have come in and be like, bro, I've been watching your stream for a year. This is the first time I felt comfortable chatting and supporting or whatever. Like, I'm like,
yeah,
that's literally the most satisfying shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Like
it is.
that you never know who's watching. You never know what could happen. You never know what impact you have on certain people in the atmosphere, especially like online streaming or content creation is just like,
the key word I think I want to emphasize is impact. I think when I first started, maybe like 8 years ago, putting more like, instead of just like taking pictures but being more vocal and like talking about some of the stuff that I was like trying to teach, like personal development and stuff, is like you feel stupid in the beginning. You feel awkward. Like you're talking
doubt yourself.
You doubt
yourself.
Like it's literally like the physical world. Like you're in a, like maybe 100, 120 miles away somewhere else, right? You're not really physically. There's nobody physically there. It's weird in a way where like I've done live streaming, I've done coaching calls, but nobody is physically there. But you're sending these messages to people, right? That what you believe is right. And I believe it's right to send some tips, some mindset, or show you my life that it's not all butterflies and rainbows and stuff, that there's a lot of grind and real, but there's a lot of reward in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to become this truly authentic person where like you don't have to like be
force
somebody else. You don't
gotta force it. You don't gotta force it, because you know what? Chances are all the same shit and everything that you're going through, whether it's good or bad, you know what? I bet 95% of whoever's watching or whoever's enjoying your content is going through the exact same thing. And they're like, damn, everything you see on social media is so glorified. Cars and this and a new home and whatever. People don't post their failures. Everybody like, and when you absorb all of that content, my peers, this and that, early me was like, oh man, he hit this goal or that goal or whatever, and he's doing this and he's got that or he's got whatever. Then you start to really like get out of what you're supposed to be doing, right? Because that'll catch up. But like when you compare yourself to everybody, especially on social media all day long, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to be bogged down and you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm not, you know, like you got to take a step back and be like, look at how far we've already come, right? Like, look at how far we've come, right? Like, this is literally like right in front, like, and this is the beginning, right? Like,
we manifested this, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've never, no, I met you at one party. I think it was like a alumni
barbecue,
cookout,
probably. Yeah.
I was playing Miley Cyrus. Like I got a hold of the DJ booth and I stuck my iPhone or something. I think I was playing Miley Cyrus and like dancing around. I was like,
Cherry Street.
Yeah.
That was on Cherry.
That
was on Cherry. Yeah.
I like to do stupid shit like that, you know, just to be like, hey, change it up.
Oh no, for sure. And if anybody to accept it and start dancing or twerking or whatever, you know, it's our psychopath brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you know, I try to keep it high vibe and also be authentic. It's a grind. Like you and me, we all have similar lives, you know what I'm saying? We are trying to build ourselves, trying to make personal development. Like I have kids, you have responsibilities and everything. Like I'm sure your relationships and everything. It's like, but we're all should never really let this internal drive or desire like go, right? Because personally developing, giving back, and I don't think it has to be in podcasting or streaming or anything, but I think contribution and giving back of without expecting anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't expect anything.
Makes me smile when you even saying that. Literally, like, you know how like satisfying it is. Like, especially like weird example, but like even Christmas. Like, I love giving, man. I don't need anything else. You know, maybe like a new pair of Lulu sweats that I just live in on stream, whatever. But like that's it. You don't have to get me anything. I want to be the one that, you know, that
feels good,
it makes me feel so good to be able to, you know, like
I had a moment. I want to leave that moment or that story, and then we could close out the show. But there was a moment where, like, of course, like we all go through struggles and stuff. But I was at the gym one time, and it wasn't the gym member. It was a gym member's like friend or sister. So it was a guy that I would see him regularly and stuff. He would see my stuff, and he knows that like I do motivational speaks and mindset talks and stuff. But he said his sister that wasn't even know me. That was he said that, hey, you said something that helped her get through something very difficult. And I've never met this person. It was like a person over a person. But like, of course I get people that thank me and like appreciate and stuff, which is great and stuff. But it's like that resonant. I never met that person.
How'd you feel the first time you heard like literally like somebody was like, yo,
it helped them?
Yeah. Is that not the most oh my God. Yeah.
It's just like inside you're like, I genuinely like, was like, that was like a good feeling, right? I know the feeling of like buying something fancy or having like a nice meal. There's a feeling there, but it's like, I think I desire this more, you know, just contributing, right? And if anybody works with me, you know, with coaching and stuff, they know what I'm about. You know, they know what I'm about and stuff. I'm about raising the vibrations up and, you know, teaching about personal development and like fitness.
And the best thing is too, is like, you don't need validation or you don't need anything. And you don't need a fire under your ass to keep doing what you're doing. But when you hear that for the first time or the 5th time or the 10th time of, yo, what you said, I just listened to the whole this, that, whatever. And that really like, I mean, up and up and up and up and up. You're just literally like, you start to build this like,
man,
self-worth, right? Like we already have it, but it's just, you want that validation that what you're doing is actually hitting people and getting to them and helping them and they enjoy the content, right? Like, you know, like even like this, like just a normal, just
this is gonna fire me up for the rest of the week, right? I have like
Yeah, me
nine.
too. I'm killing so many nerds tonight in game, dude. I'm literally I'm about to go
You killing
nuts,
nerds.
yo. I'm about to put on some
All right,
Metallica and get after it here in a little bit,
Metallica.
man. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What did
yeah.
I listen to? I put on like
Oh,
bodybuilding
that's what
motivation, like Ronnie
that's what I was
Coleman.
gonna ask you. This is a shout out to the Skitz fam, but your favorite song right now. I told him I'd ask you, so we're
My
gonna
favorite
drop
song?
this to start stream right now. We're gonna drop this. Don't think about it. Current song right now, or one of your favorites.
Let's do Aloe Black My Way.
Okay.
This song got me through a lot of hard times. It was very real. It was very optimistic. It was very uplifting, and I just like cried through this song for like a whole year. But
Music's powerful, baby.
it is
Music
powerful.
music is powerful. Wait, Aloe Black, that's the one that you can tell everybody.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah,
my
that's
theme
but
song too. That's also my theme song. My last name is
I'm the
Man.
man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
I just
Yeah, yes I
yeah,
am. Yes I am. Okay, all
yeah,
right. I'm with
yes.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
We'll jam out. This is a fun
Yeah.
podcast. We'll have to have you
Super fun.
back.
I told you
Yeah,
when we
you're
talked on
good.
the phone, I told you yeah, we can definitely
Chop it up.
yeah, and then we'll do like a part 2, or would be do to be super fun if we could do like a little Brady Bunch joint where we could have like 4 of us in here and do
Yeah.
like college DK kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? That'd be get some brothers on here, some old heads. Yeah.
How many people can you put on a podcast?
I mean, we can literally the same thing we have right now on Riverside. You can break it down. You can add another, I think, like 10 cameras here, like literally like the Brady Bunch, like a little big,
Oh, yeah?
big. Yeah,
We should
just have a
definitely do
little
that.
and just
So,
everybody just.
some of our brothers, I know they want to do it, but they shy or they
I'll
just
get.
they shy.
I'll
You
talk to
got
him.
it.
I got it.
Go
I
talk to
got
him.
it. I got
So
him. I
there's
got
some
him. I
cool
got him.
ones, you know, somebody that are just like, hey, at least like I don't want anybody on here that's just like gonna ruin the I'm not saying like ruin the opportunity,
little
but, like,
potato. Yeah,
at
how was
least-
college?
at
College
least-
sucked ass. I hated it. Like, okay, all right. Well, yeah, no.
Take the
Yeah.
opportunity. I have people like I'm not saying I'm anybody, but like when I ask people, they're like, "Oh, yes!" They're excited, right?
Yeah.
And then this film, they're like, "Oh, maybe, whatever." I'm gonna work with the ones that are excited, and then I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like you were excited and stuff, but it really is like
I reached out to you. I literally saw a clip of you and
Omar,
Omar, and I was like,
again,
bro, they need to see this little nerdy side of thing, but regardless, it'd be good just to get on and just chop it up. There's no wrong answer. You can't mess it up. That's what I told you. You can't mess it up. It's a podcast. We're just on here just talking some shit and having fun and if it's for you, it's for you.
Who said work can't be fun? Who said that?
I love it. I love every minute of it.
Who said work can't be fun? It could be fun. It could be a grind. It could be hard. It could be challenging. But
it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Like college was hard. Life is hard. But make it fun. Oh, did you get the Aloe Black song up? Or I hear it in the background.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I'm dropping this. No. We can't pop it right now.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I go live here in a little bit, I'm coming into this. Yeah, for sure.
But that was my song. Sure. And you said music was powerful. Music is very powerful. It could raise up. I always tell people in personal development, it raises up your vibrations. And sometimes it lets you feel the emotions. And like Aloe Black, I just loved his music when I was like all of 2023. I was in my car going to appointments and driving my kids, picking them up, just like in my feels, but also feeling like, hey, I'll get through this. His music was just like, you'll get through this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think one thing that you did for me was you commented on my Instagram posts about because I was going through it, and you said, hey, you'll get there. You'll make it through the rain. You'll make it through the rain. You know,
it
the
can't rain forever is what I told you.
It can't rain forever. And I remember that. I remember when I have a very sharp memory, especially when people that just give me the whatever it is, you know, support. But you said that, and I was like, yeah, man, that I remember that.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I mean, and the cool thing about like having your boys in a good support system and a good group is like, you know, is lively and has excited and cracked out as I always am and bouncing off the wall and whatever. Some days aren't like that, man. Some days, you know, like shit comes up or whatever else, and you're just like, man, I don't feel, and that's when you lean on, maybe somebody else, or not lean on them, but like, you have to,
call them. I have a lot of good friends that are like, I've curated it, and you're definitely one of them, Skitz. You're definitely one of my good friends. You
too, brother. Yeah, you too. This has been an absolute blast, bro. Like,
yes.
literally, so much fun.
I agree, definitely.
So much fun.
What I want to say is, tell us something inspiring, and then we'll wrap up the show. Anybody that's just like, hesitant of just getting outside that comfort zone, because I think outside that comfort zone is where you really start to live and be yourself and kind of like be this authentic person. You're unapologetic, Skitz. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Samnang, man. I don't need to apologize if I cuss a little bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? Right. I have a podcast.
Right.
I have a podcast.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I would definitely leave you or everybody listening or watching, at home or wherever you're tuned in, is I'm the baby of the family, right? So I had an older brother and sister, just, UVA, Georgetown graduate, my older sister, role model, my older brother, Doug, just absolute role model, all-state wrestler, doing this, doing that. And then, like back in the day, it was like, you got to be following this kind of routine and this kind of mold, and graduate college and go get a desk job and go do this and go do that. And when I stepped out and started, the first 2 or 3 years were really not good at all, but I believed that I would make this work. You have to believe that you can make this work in 2024 and years to come. Whatever you love, whatever you enjoy doing, there is an avenue to do that, whether it's full time or whether you monetize it or not or whatever. You can do it. And it's you just have to trust yourself. And if you wake up hungry and every day you get out of bed and you're like, I'm going to go back and do this or do that, whatever, go do it. Go do it. Take your time with it, though. Take your time with it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. That's what I did early. Like, just like, it's got to be now. It's got to be now. It's got to be now. No, put the work in, put the effort in, and just let it unfold a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
it's just the right amount of pressure. And I think that's what's required for growth. And
1,000, if you can say that again, you need that fire under your ass a little bit.
Just the right amount of pressure.
Just the right,
right here.
Just a little bit of,
Did you just bleep yourself?
No, I didn't.
That was you, or what? It was my.
No.
Oh, I never done that. You just said the F word. Oh, that was you.
Oh my God, we're clipping all these. I swear. You got music on in the background? No, I don't.
I'm still new.
Oh, yo.
46 episodes. I'm still a newbie, I guess.
I know. Hey, they're only gonna only up from here, baby. Only up from here.
This is actually the first podcast that I've gone to an hour and a half. So it's like pushing some of my you got marathon type quality training in this industry.
Yeah, we gotta do this. We gotta do this again for sure. That was that was fire, bro. That was a lot of fun.
I agree.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna leave everybody with the last message, closing out with the message, and everybody. So the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. The mission is to elevate the collective of vibrations, like energy, uplifting each other. Right? It doesn't matter what the message is. If you're a video gamer, you're an entrepreneur. If you're at home thinking about stepping into like the streaming world or the personal development world or the coaching world, it doesn't matter. You require support. You require almost the same type of mindset to really do it, right? Because it's uncomfortable. It's nobody is going to chase your dreams for you and stuff. Your dreams are yours to manifest itself. Your dreams are to network with the people that are like-minded, people that have the same type of mindset and stuff. I always tell people, it's like, I'm just a signpost, like this. It's a signpost. I write stuff all the time and stuff, but don't, I'm not one to copy, right? Because you've been 8 hours, 10 years of streaming. I've been 24 years of bodybuilding, 8 years of like personal development and speaking and stuff. It takes time. It takes repetition and stuff, but the hours that you put in there, it'll pay off. Eventually,
you have to trust the process.
It will all make sense. And it makes sense for me, and it makes sense for a lot of people that are resonating with the message and stuff. I think, we have a lot of stuff going on, like war, politics, and like a lot of differences. But I think we can all agree is support of each other, it's communities, right? You talked about communities, cul-de-sacs and stuff. I have a Cambodian community, I have a fitness community, I have personal development community. I'm community orientated because that's where I think we grow, each other. but at the process, you're your own person, right? You know, we
Yeah.
want unique people. We want people that think a little bit
Break
different,
the mold.
break
Break
the
the mold.
mold a little bit. You know, I
Yeah,
think it
and
inspired me.
I'll leave you with this. I mean, this is just what we live by too, but like this is our motto on all of our socials, whatever. But I truly believe this, and I've been believing this, but you surround yourself with great people, the rest will take care of itself. It's
Yeah.
literally so simplistic, but it's so true. You surround yourself with great people, the rest will take care of itself. Hardworking, kind, polite, just
Kind, polite.
absolute
Yeah.
units, absolute just stud muffins, man.
Yeah.
You put a group of those people together, nobody can tell you anything.
Be
Like
you,
they
yeah.
can't.
All right, you're gonna be my Delta Chi recruiter. We'll get like something on like a podcast where we get some fraternity brothers talk about some experiences and some
Yeah.
goals and stuff and just
Yeah.
vibe and stuff. But I
Yeah.
love this. This was fantastic. You've been a great guest on the podcast. Really a lot of insight and stuff, and really just like don't judge a book by its cover. That's really it is. You're a gamer, I'm a bodybuilder and
Right.
stuff, but it's like don't judge. Like we're all different people. We all have our certain expertise too. And like I picked your brain
100%.
knowing that like that was like fantastic. I learned a lot about you, and I think we should have more conversations like this. So
I'm ready when you are, my brother.
okay,
Thanks
man.
for having
Thank
me.
you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me. Thank you for having
Yes,
me. Yeah,
thank
we'll
you.
catch up. We'll catch up this week. Be good.
Yes,
Take care
sir.
of yourself. Hit me if you need me. And
All right,
then
man. Yes.
I got to get you on some video games here soon. We got to game
All
it
right.
up a little bit. I'm gonna show you the ropes.
I'm gonna need to take a break. This has been a long. This is yeah. You know, this is how long my workouts are. 90 minutes. So
Yeah, we crushed that.
same
We
thing.
crushed
Yeah,
that.
it was good, man.
We crushed that.
I'm gonna have to have you back. Your voice is gonna bring the ladies to the podcast. They're just like, damn.
I'm gonna
what a
butter your bread.
guy. Okay. All right. We're having. All right, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. I love you always, man. Be good.